Hi, I am Kendall Rawls, Director of Development with the Rawls Group Business Succession Planners, here to welcome you to How to Create Control Over Your Future series. 50-50 partnerships are common in the propane, oil, and gas business, and they work until they don't. One wants to cash out via exit or sale, but the other wants to keep working, and a variety of other differences of opinion on critical business issues can arise. In this episode, Marty Kirshner partnered with Gray, Champ Rawls, a succession planner with the Rawls Group, Doug Woosnam, Managing Director with Cetane Associates, and our very own succession planner, Clayton Latiolais, discusses essential strategies for 50-50 partnerships to implement to avoid catastrophic conflict.
And I think the example you gave there is more often than not the situation that happens. You'll have two 50-50 partners where one wants to get out and one wants to keep going, or one wants to sell and one doesn't want to sell. And obviously they have to work through that. So really, I alluded to earlier, the buy-sell agreement where the parameters are set up long before this situation ever comes to fruition that basically says, in any event, forget, one person just wanted to leave, but in death, disability, again, retirement, what's the parameters for the process? What are we going to agree on to a value? What are we going to agree on the payment stream for that value if we run into that situation? I think, again, not having that and then getting surprised when one partner walks in and says, I'm ready to go, and the other one says, well, I want to keep going, that mitigates that conversation a little bit. Most companies should have also what's called a business continuity agreement, which again says what happens to the business in the event that something happens to both owners or one of the owners and how the business will continue to thrive. I think they also call them disaster recovery plans. I know that they use that on the IT side of things, but also for business disasters, which that incurs. So those are the two things you really should start with. And then the conversations get a lot easier once you hit that roadblock or fork in the road where you have to make those decisions.
And I have nothing to add there because that was 100% accurate. The only thing I would say is do not go to LegalZoom.com and get a buy-sell agreement. Get a professional who knows what they're doing, because it is a great step to put it in place. But you don't want a document in place that doesn't have everything that you're looking for. So spend the money, do the work. And I am sure all of you guys have been a part of bad documentation screwing up what was a good partnership. So I'll just add that and take it to if you're going to get it, do it the right way.
And then I'd like to add, something that I think is just, naturally happens, but it doesn't, which is to have adequate insurance in place in case one of the owners passes suddenly, that the surviving owner has the financial ability to satisfy the buy-sell agreement and maintain the operation of the business. Sometimes those policies are one and done. They're purchased and then forgotten about. But the value of the business, because they've been successful, has increased, and the value of the policy is insufficient to cover the buy-sell needs.
One more piece to add to this, because I think everything we're saying, I can give you a real life example where this happened within the past year. I was approached by a M&A broker who was representing a heating oil company. It was not Cetane, it was not Doug, I'll qualify that. And what happened was the owner passed away and had no plan in place, had no will in place, had no succession plan in place, and the business ended up in receivership. And so when the company went to market, this was a very reputable, nice company up in a nice area with good, healthy margins. But when the owner passed away and there was no plan, there was no one steering the ship, and this broker had to, again, take this company in receivership and market it. And one of my clients ended up acquiring that company and just, got it for well below the value of the business, which was great for my client, but more reinforces the fact that no plan means a loss of significant value.
Working on your business and leaning on expert advisory guidance allows you to create more control over the future you envision. By proactively addressing possible, probable, and potential issues, you create many options at your fingertips. Do you have a question you want to discuss with an expert? Feel free to reach out directly to Doug, Clayton, Marty, or Champ at the email addresses listed on the screen. This is only one out of our 7-episode series focused on creating control over your future. Keep listening to the series now or come back for more. Each topic featured may want you to learn something new. Creating control over your future is a part of the Rawls Group's Advancing Your Business, People, and Legacy conversation series.